Hello, and welcome to Lucent GA, a new channel focused on the Grand Archive trading card game. I'm Cobalt, a casual board gamer and aspiring Grand Archive competitive player. In this channel, I hope to discuss my journey as a player and share the strategies I learned. We'll also have some more casual content like this unboxing, where we take our time and appreciate the opening experience and card art. Finally, I'm excited to explore the intersection of business and ethical consumption. On that note, please remember to do whatever makes you comfortable and fulfilled while watching this video. Drink water, move around and stretch, or maybe multitask on 2 things instead of 3. Whatever will make you feel good about your time spent. This is actually my 3rd and final box of Distorted Reflections opening. I had a couple of recording mishaps, so we are treating those as practice and this one as our final run. We'll also have a few extra packs to open thanks to that. It's definitely made me appreciate the effort and expertise that goes into content creation. I'm going to divide this box opening into 15-minute increments since I'm restricted as a new YouTube channel. And with that, let's get started. So I really like seeing what order these packs are in when they're first opened, because you've got Seal and Diana art, and I treat it as a bunch of a bit of a mini game where I get good luck if I can get 3 in a row of the same type. All right, we start with Bespawn Pause, some Wind, Trained Sharpshooter. So I'll probably point it out again and again, but there's so much attention and detail that goes into the art in this game, and not only in kind of the overall composition, but also just the outfit design. Whether it's a cloak like this, or a dress, or armor, it's really just super impressive. So Dreamy Unicorn is assassin support. We see that on death we get a preparation counter on the champion. That's something that almost exclusively assassins care about. So I think this could be a very powerful card for assassins, which is what I main. However, I play Wind Tristan, and that is a very optimized deck already that really cares about having wind cards because of effects like Imbue or cards like Fairy Whispers, and it's a tougher sell to figure out how to fit a norm card in. Hey, all right, foil 2 of spades. So this is one card that I was saying, even though it's just a common, I love the art so much, and if I did not pull a foil version, I would have ordered one, and so now I don't have to. All right. Yeah, that outfit, I'm pretty sure that when I was in college, I ordered a hoodie online that looked like this, kind of Assassin's Creed style, and it looked so cool in the photo of the website and so bad in person. That was definitely a lesson that I learned then, not to pretend to be more edgy than I actually am. Skewering Advance, a Chessman command, pairs with the unique ally depicted here. And so I believe that the ally, I'd have to look up her name, but the ally, this command Chessman, with level 1 Alice, the new champion, can swing for 7, which would one-shot one of my beloved Ominous Shadow tokens, and draw cards at the same time. So I don't know if Chessman has enough support in Distorted Reflections alone to really see play, but I assume that there's going to be more coming in Phantom Monarchs in December. It is a little interesting that Weaves of the Shore would kind of allocate cards to like teasing the next set, even if it doesn't create a complete archetype that is playable right now in Distorted Reflections. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to play the suited chessmen or Spectre archetype, which uses Ephemerate. I would not be shocked at all, though, if people who are better deck builders than I am have figured out a way to make them very viable. So Peppered Chef, I think, is interesting. Number one, because that breakfast looks great. And I love that we have a chef that swings for 4 on the turn that it enters. But also, the You May Sacrifice Another Ally is nice in a deck that uses March Hare, maybe comboed with Red Hare, because March Hare is very happy to get sacrificed. And it's interesting that we're seeing more sack outlets, as well as the allies that have Ephemerate. They could also be sacrificed and then come back as ephemeral. All right, Snow White. So people are going a little nuts over this card, especially the CSR version, because I think there have been some spottings in the wild of different versions of the CSR with different facial expressions. So in this one, the expression is a little more blank, and then in the alternative version, it's a little more animated, and people were a little confused about that because we have not seen that in this game until now. All right, so we'll put our hits up there. Yeah, the last box that I got, I think it was 3 SRs in a row in different packs, which was nice, but no Snow Whites yet, so that's my first one. Lurid Dreaming. I always want to read this as Lucid Dreaming, which is something that I was into a while ago, but clearly I think it's Marianne is her name, is into Seal for one reason or another. Yeah, I'm torn on where, I obviously sort by element, but I'm a little torn on where to put the Exalted cards, because they're kind of advanced element, but they also rely on their underlying basic or advanced element type. Or no, I guess it would only be a basic element type. I'll just put them in their own pile for now. So this, along with, did I pull one in this box yet? No, but some of these Spectre cards look like freaking tattoos. They are pretty metal. Pretty metal, and then you have the little cartoon ghosts that I guess tones it down a little bit. It's a fun combination. Frog. A human frog, rather. All right, this is nice to see. Obsequious Blow. This is definitely going to go into a Seal deck, at least for testing. I want to build Water Umbro Seal, and the starter is Fire, so this does not come in the starter. I guess I don't need to sleeve it yet. Definitely have to have a lot of omens, though. I think the devs said that at least in the Fire version of the starter deck, you are probably going to get maybe 5 or 6 omens by the time the game ends. Don't quote me on that, but that would still be a really expensive memory cost, or sorry, reserve cost. So maybe in a Water Umbra deck that has a longer game plan, you can get that cost down even more. Speaking of Umbra Seal, there's the man himself. fight for the crown. I think I've said it in every rendition of this video that I've attempted to record, but I really love just the art of this card. It's so whimsical to have a humanoid unicorn and lion going at it. The text would imply that it does not end well for either of these two, and it might be a fight to the death, but hopefully they can find a way to end the fighting before that happens. All right, so I'm going to put the Umbra and the EX together, and any Astra I get. So I'm pretty sure that this must be the domain that represents the setting of DTR. And it looks like the castle that's on the box, right? That's probably it. I don't know if every single set has done it, but there's definitely, what is it, like Alchemical Revolution and Mortal Ambition, where they have a domain card that showcases the setting. Unfortunately, the domains themselves are not always playable, but it's a nice tie-in, at least. Oh, okay, I think I spoiled a little bit. There looks like there's some kind of full art on this one. So this might be our UR. But which one? Meyer Reparation. We'll also go into my testing water seal deck. Don't know if it'll stay in, but Rictus Tiding featuring the Cheshire Cat. Radiant Vega, all right. I am, oh God, that art is so cool. So this is Diana's Astra Regalia. Very happy to get this card because I did want to test Astra Diana. And I previously got the Looking Glass, which is potentially the most transformative divine relic since GCR Quicksilver Gale, or Grail, just depending on what happens with the distortion cards. So we're 2 for 2 on URs that I want to test with, and I haven't hit the UR in this extra box yet. So, I mean, at this point I'm happy, but if that third UR is Excalibur, that would be awesome, because that is the other one that I think is going to be powerful in a lot of different decks, and if I don't hit it, I might have to go out and buy them. Having Excalibur as a main deck card, as opposed to Regalia, definitely hurts, but gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, another art call out. I love this. A rhino in armor that's fire armor and has cards. The fact that they were able to make that all those concepts work together seamlessly and look really cool is awesome. Oh, well, there's a distortion for the Looking Glass. I don't know if I'm going to be able to crack distortions in the limited time that I have to build. I'm not even really a good deck builder anyway. That's probably one that I'm going to just be a copycat on, see what list does well in Ascent Boston or Yeti, and just build it myself if I want to. Which, by the way, is a perfectly valid way to play the game. I think the devs have said that players don't cook enough Maybe we'll do a video on whether that's true, and if so, why. But given that it's true, it's fine. Just pick a deck that appeals to you and buy singles is a-okay. All right, finally, another SR. So, this is Water Diana. On attack, it gets +1. Ooh, yeah, so, on hit, banish a card at random from their memory is probably, like, it's got to be the more impactful aspect of this card text. The +1 is nice to have. Banishing a card at random from memory on hit is pretty nuts. And I think that Distorted Reflections has some more punishing ways to get cards out of opponent's hand or memory. The interesting thing is this one is at random. I know that the Regal Inquisition, you can choose cards from your opponent's hand or memory to cycle through, and choosing definitely introduces more of an element of skill. I mean, randomly discarded is still really good, but if you're like me and you're not a pro, maybe random is good because stops you from making the wrong call. This is going to be a tricky one if I end up playing it. I do not speak French. Obviously, I know brusque. I'm not going to try the second word. Nice. All right. So this is not really a wipe, but definitely mass damage for Umbra Seal. Scales with Omens. So that will definitely go into the testing deck. Oh, look at that. Pride's Vanguard and then Pride's Smith. These lions have jobs to take care of. They are not leisurely lions. Okay, I just realized the irony of the Purling Footman being a woman that does not have feet. Make it make sense, Weaves of the Shore. Purging Tempest. I have a random, pretty baseless theory that this dude is going to be one of the champions featured in one of the Phantom Monarchs Recollection decks next set. My only reasoning for this is the fact that we get some insight into his internal state in the flavor text. I prefer my books without pictures, conversations, or interruption. And the wind, the traveling, maybe outfit makes him look like some kind of wandering scholar who really just wants to be left alone. I think that's a decent amount of kind of backstory to build off of. Also notice that he's on a chessboard, and I expect we'll get more support for chessmen. When I mentioned this in the Discord, I think one response I got was, I want to see more mushrooms, which is also totally understandable, because look at them. So yeah, Let's get this guy as a win champion. Maybe some mushrooms in there. By the way, when I say the Discord, so what I mean is either the Grand Archive TCG main Discord, which you should definitely join if you're interested in the game, and then the other big one is the Merlin's Market Discord for buying, selling, and trading cards. Ooh, Scorched Conquest, Domain Destruction. Because domains are so oppressive right now, we need to rein them in. This card is long overdue. That's a joke. I'm going to pause here because I realize that I'm above 15 minutes, and I said I would do this in 15-minute increments. So I will see you in the next one.